introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Aftercharge?
Yeah, so I'm Laurent from Chainsaw Awesome Games. We're here at PAX showing Aftercharge, our 3v3 competitive game with invisible robots and lasers.
Okay. Now, what's something that sets Aftercharge apart from most other games that people might compare it to?
Well, it's an asymmetrical game. Not a lot of shooters do that these days. So what's different is it really is objective-based. So one side, the invisible robots have to destroy what we call extractors. So that's their goal. They have this separate goal because the other team has to find and take down all the 3 robots. So the round ends when either the 6 extractors are destroyed or the 3 robots are taken down. So we not only have visibility as a unique mechanic, but we have a couple of others.
Right now, if you had to pick like a top 2 and lowest 2, like 2 least and 2 most favorite or online things, what would those 4 things be? So 2 most favorite things about working on this project and 2 of your least favorite things about working on the project.
The what?
2 most favorite things about working on this project and
working on this project.
Yeah.
Oh, what favorite things about working on this project personally is that I love these kinds of games. I play a lot of Overwatch, so working on Aftercharge is promoting something I already love, competitive games that require a lot of teamwork. Another thing that is fun about this game is that we, as a team working on this project, we're only 9, so it's a small team working always hand on hand on all of the things, and actually making most of the decisions as a team. So we're always consulting other members. Even I'm doing marketing, and sometimes I consult the rest of the team, our programmers, on what should we do as marketing. Things are my least favorite about the project. That's a trick question for a marketing guy. I would say that what's hard pitching our game is that there's a risk in launching a multiplayer game only. So we're aware of that risk because player volume can actually declare your game dead. So we know on launch we have to line up a lot of things to make sure that it blows up. And there's a big buzz around the game when it launched to make sure we do have enough players. Right now, one of our main things to prevent that is a cross-platform between Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. So having 3 platforms help us make sure we have enough players. But that's a risk that we know about. That might be one of the things I like the least. Another thing that's hard for our game is to actually have people understand how different it is from a shooter. When you look at it, people say it's a pretty shooter, but I've known shooters before. So we actually need to listen to my pitch to understand how it's different from other games. Usually, a lot of people would be saying, oh, it's like an Overwatch clone or something because they don't pay attention long enough to see how it's done. So that's also something that's bugging me compared to other games that are clearly, when you look at them, completely out of the blue. This one, our game, I know looks like, I'd say, another competitive shooter.
Now, you have an event coming up on the 14th.
Yeah.
2 things. First, can you talk about the event coming up? And for those of you that are new to the game, that might be trying out for the first time, what are a couple things that they should know about the game? What they do, or maybe show up for the play?
Yeah. So our next alpha next Saturday, if you're new and you want to jump in, there are a couple of things I think you should know. First is that's a team-based game. It's really a team-focused game. So try and find 2 friends to play with you and communicate. The 2 teams, the invisible robots and the enforcer, need to communicate and strategize together. It's a game that you can play alone on your side, but it's really played best if you have a full team. Another important thing that people sometimes forget is really to listen and pay attention to the tutorial. A lot of the mechanics, we have some more complicated mechanics. You kind of need to understand them before jumping in.
Now, let's say I don't have my friends. Is there a way for me to possibly find somebody that does want to play with me, or is there some sort of community for the game I can try to reach out to?
Yeah, right now we have a cool community on Discord. if you're a Discord user, you can join our Discord server at discord.gg Aftercharge. And we actually have implemented bridge presence in Aftercharge. So on April 14th, if you don't have any friends logged on, but you do want to play as a team, you can always link your group in the Discord. We have a group finding channel, and people will join in, and probably people who join in want to play as a team as well. So you'll make new friends.
All right, now 2 last questions before we leave. Last one, you said this is going to be a competitive game. What do you guys have planned long term to make it a quote-unquote competitive game? And after that, I'll ask the random question that we put down.
All right, so we do want to push the game. What? We do want to push the game as a competitive game, so esport is always in our mind. We will be running tournaments right when the game launches. We won't be waiting months and months. The second the game launches, we'll have online tournaments. You can participate. We don't have the details for these yet, but if you don't know about them, you can go on Discord right now.
All right, so last question I've been asking pretty much everyone that I interview. All right, so I'm a really big Godzilla fan, right?
Okay.
Do you know Godzilla?
Godzilla,
Giant. All right, so who's going to win in a fight in the 2020 movie Godzilla versus King Kong?
Who would win in a fight?
Yeah, who's going to win the fight in 2020?
I've always been a very big, not Godzilla, a big gorilla fan.
Okay.
So I like gorillas, but I also like dinosaurs. I would go for a gorilla. I would say King Kong will win that fight because of his agility.
Okay.
You're a gorilla. You're kind of a monkey. You have agility. You're unexpected. I would go for King Kong.